Hello, welcome to the Personal Corona Recovery Program. My name is Peter Mueller and I've designed this series to help you to address the new world after the coronavirus in a better and more effective way. Today 14, we are almost through the 10 habits that will change your life. Now, before we get to the 10 habits, you know what's coming. Day 13 checkpoint. Did you take any actions after viewing the day 1 to 13 video? If not, stop the video right now and do your homework. And on yesterday's session, did you identify procrastination patterns? I'm sure you did. It doesn't take a lot of time to find it. Did you establish a pattern interrupt to know a move or a thought or whatever to break the pattern to get to a new thinking and acting pattern? Did you work on your power move, whatever it is, mentally, physically, whatever it is, a sound or a hand gesture, whatever, breaking the pattern and start the new productive pattern? Did you read chapter 51 to 55 in the 101 Lessons book? Again, go back to work and do it, but I assume you have done most of it, so let's get on with it. Day 14, 10 habits that will change your life. Habit number 1. Habits that will change your life. Number 1, choose what you think about. Yes, we've discussed it in the previous sessions. 95% of our life we are living in the autopilot mode, that we are not consciously thinking and acting using our logical mind with the executive function. So, in order to change that situation, the number one thing we have to do to reprogram and recondition our subconscious mind. And the first way to do it is that we control the incoming stimuli. What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch. Because this is the material our mind starts operating and processing incoming information and actually conditioning us for any kind of action. So the number one priority, the easiest one, they all relate to people, places and things. Avoid negative people, nagging people, always pessimistic, sarcastic. Leave those people alone. Let them dig their own hole. Avoid unpleasant situations. Don't go to places where there is potential trouble. It's very simple. And don't do things that don't pass the 60-minute tests. In other words, somebody else from 60 Minutes would stand right next to you and make a short video clip. And if it cannot be shown on TV in the 60 Minutes series, don't do it. And for the majority of the things, accept the world as it is and think neutral. Don't get overtaken by negative thinking. Habit number 2, set inspiring goals for yourself. After you have eliminated all distractions and everything, you have yourself to ask yourself, what do I want in life? And more important, after you have identified the what, you have to ask why. Only if you have good answers for the what and the why, then you have inspiring goals which give you the inner fire to go for it. And goals are designed to set yourself a mental or a physical target. As you know it, people seldom hit what they don't aim at. So goal setting comes, then the thought process, using your frontal lobe, making dedicated, serious plans, going into action and look for the results. If it's not completely what you expected, recalibrate the plan, act again, and so forth. You will get to your goals faster than you think. Habit number 3, the daily post-it notes. Now, we have all our big plans, and they have thousands of actions and steps involved in it. And before we get into overwhelm, we simply have to break it down, as we see on the left-hand side. We have the big animal, but we want to eat only a steak at lunch. So how do we get there? From the animal through the slaughtering process, dissecting the animal and then cutting the nice steaks. And that's what it is. We have to start every day that we have identified a few of the small pieces of the big story and write it on a post-it note. Chunks we can manage that particular day, that we have closure on it and we get the satisfaction of achievement. So, the daily post-it note, and we come later back to it. The best thing is writing them down in the evening, in our evening routine before we go to bed. And in the morning before we leave the house, we go to work, we take the post-it note with us, either a physical post-it note or a post-it note on your cell phone. There is a free app, you know it, where you can write your 5 daily or 3 daily chunks, things you definitely want to achieve and complete. Making oil change on the car, writing the first 10 slides of a powerful presentation, whatever. Making 10 phone calls to the 10 most important customers. It has to be that specific. Habit number 4, know your values. Values, beliefs, and attitudes are the foundational elements of our psychological responses to any situation in life. I'm not talking about the next 2 layers of beliefs and attitudes. I'm just talking about the values. The values are the things which are really, really important to us. And it's important to know, to identify our values. We should not select values what we think society thinks our values should be. No, we have to find our own values. All right? Now, what are they and how can we do this? Because they are, believe it or not, they are at the foundation of all of our decisions. If we do something which is in conflict with our values, it does not feel good. We have an inner conflict of values and our behavior, and it does not feel good. So our actions should be in line with our values. And we should find our values first. Now, how are we going to do this? You can simply go to Google and type into Google list of values, and you have 100 or 500 values. Here I've given you a list of 125 values, which is a result. I took 3 well-known lists and put them together as a composite. But if you want this list, for example, send me an email. You have the email address down, and I will send you a PDF file with those 125 values. Now, what are you doing with them? Very simple. It's a very simple process. You go simply from top to bottom and you rate them very quickly, spontaneously, on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being unimportant and 10 being really, really important. You give them a quick rating from 1 to 10, how they touch you, how important they are. Then as a step 2, you take all the values which are 5 and above. And if these are more than 50, maybe then you go to 6 and above. That you have a list of about 20 or 30 values which pass the first screen, your top 25 out of everything. Then you group them into clusters because they are related to it emotionally, financially, and everything. You put them into clusters and then you rate them again from 1 to 10, and then ultimately you rank them from top to bottom. And you will see you select the top 3 or 5. These are your core values. And you have to make sure that whatever you plan in terms of goals or daily activities, that they are in line with your values. Otherwise, you get into a value conflict and you don't feel good during the day. Habit number 5, get a journal and use it every day. In our 15-day program, we mentioned it many times. Please go and get one of the big books or a composition book at Walmart for $1. Doesn't matter, but get a bound journal and start every day using it. Writing down commitments you have, significant events. In the morning, this is normally the source where you look, where your post-it notes should be written in, your 5 things you want to achieve during the day. And in the evening session, use it in your 10-minute session in the evening. Have a brief review of the day, significant events, commitments, kind of an emotional summary of the day, how you felt, what went good, what went not so good, and most of all, for the next day, get the 3 to 5 things for your post-it notes. And this is the first thing what you will see in the morning before you leave the house, you go to work. Habit number 6, create a morning ritual, create an evening ritual. So the morning ritual, maybe the first 10 to 15 minutes. From the moment you wake up, the first 15 minutes, before you brush your teeth, you should have a specific ritual. Some people, they pray, they meditate, they set themselves up with a so-called priming mechanism. I don't have enough time to go into priming. You can make yourself smart on that one. Some people use a quick physical exercise to wind them up, to get ready, and then sit down for a minute, close their eyes, and get ready and focused for the day. But at the end of every morning routine, I highly recommend to have your post-it note, your direction for the day. And in the evening, 10 to 15 minutes before you go to bed, definitely after you are back from work, winding down, having dinner, journal, have your daily review. Then physical and mental relaxation and meditation before you go to sleep as the very last thing. And use that time really to mentally, emotionally, to recalibrate yourself before you go to sleep, because you dream about the things you have been handling mentally just before. So what you were thinking before, or what you were watching on TV, whatever impulses you received last, these are the ones your subconscious mind is working at overnight. So better you give some good mental protein before you go to sleep. Habit number 7, seek high energy, avoid low energy. So, number 1, avoid negative people as much as you can. And if you have people at work, you cannot avoid people, they are at work, but reduce the contact with them to the minimum, because they are poisoning your mental and emotional garden in your mind. Avoid negative people, people who have a negative outlook, who are nagging, who are always critical, who have sarcasm, cynicism, and pessimism. Avoid those people. These are energy robbers. They suck you out of your energy. Then your typical distractions at work and in your social life. These small little tiny things, they take your energy all day. Get those distractions and interruptions out of the way. The daily news, politics, social media excessively, they are all energy robbers, and you don't have the energy for the really important thing in life. Become really selfish when it comes to your energy. Preserve your own energy, that you have it for the good stuff to come. Yes, you really have to make a plan how to eliminate the energy empires out of your life. You have to make a dedicated plan to do it at work and all the situations, because by avoiding the energy robbers, you automatically have a more positive energy balance. You can invest into the good things of life. Habit number 8, make a nutritional and an exercise program. Nutrition and exercise are key components to your energy level, and you know it. Don't take excess calories, make a good balance of protein, carbs, and fat. Check your base metabolism if you want to lose weight. Look at my other videos I have made on biochemistry of the body and so forth. Consider a little bit of vitamin supplements, and most importantly, stay well hydrated. 2 liters of water per day is my rule of thumb. And when it comes to exercise, get a program, make one for yourself, which has an aerobic, a cardiovascular component, and a resistance component. And for stretching and flexibility, you might consider yoga. But do something. Start with 5 to 10 minutes per day and then strive to have a program 3 to 4 times a week, half an hour. You gradually move towards. But start with it. It doesn't need to be the perfect program. Just at the beginning, just eliminate the gross one. Not every evening, the evening drinks with Swiss cheese, which used to be my go-to thingy. That stuff has to go. These excess calories, and just cut them out and do something else. Make a good nutritional and an exercise program because they are vital. They are vital for your energy levels. Habit number 9. Read every day 30 minutes in a good book. Either learning something about your job or any other discipline, or something where you want to make progress in your hobby, or a spiritual book, whatever, philosophy, psychology, whatever you like, but a book, not just a blog on the internet. Something consistent, good mental protein. As I always say, the Latin proverb says it, mens sana in corpore sano. A healthy mind resides in a healthy body. And good mental protein is essential. Last but not least, habit number 10. Listen daily to music that motivates you and makes you feel good. Take the best 5 songs of your life, which either pump you up or you feel good. Make a nice MP3 recording of them, put them on your cell phone, put them everywhere you are whenever you don't feel good, or you have them in the car rather than listening randomly to anything. Listen to your favorite music. It lifts you up emotionally. And use this tape also to set you up before you have significant events when you need to be emotionally, physically in a positive, energetic state of mind. These are habits 1 to 10. Hey, not all 10 of them once. One at a time, and you will see the benefits how they are. Now we are through 1 to 14. Tomorrow we have a last one which talks about meditation. We are having a segment meditation number 2, but here are the tasks for tomorrow. Select the 3 most important habits for you from those 1 to 10 you would like to establish as a daily routine and habit. Make a plan for all 3 of the habits, how you can actually establish it, what you need to do, what you have to change in your life to establish these habits, and select 1 for immediate implementation. Last but not least, action! Just do it! And read lesson 56 to 60. On that note, see you tomorrow and live life to the fullest and be in the now. Stay home and stay safe and practice social distancing. See you tomorrow for day 15, our last segment.